my sweet friends. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 12:34 right now. It's like I'm seeing step by step. This is gonna be a really... Every time I come out of my practice, these messages tend to be more potent, more deep. Not that my other ones are not, but this is like bigger. I don't know how else to explain it, but IYK. This has to do with like letting love in, allowing love to like permeate your heart, and addressing the pieces that are still like right there in front of it. That's like, no, I don't want it. But you do. And like heartache is coming up. It's making me think of this full moon in Libra that's coming up on April 1st. And I'll be sharing a YouTube video on that tomorrow, but I want to introduce myself. So if those pieces are resonating and you do want to stick around, amazing, welcome. I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here, and on my other account I go by Astrology, where I do evolutionary astrology. The best way that you guys can support me as a creator is subscribing to my newsletter. It's called Letters from the 8th House. It's where I channel the upcoming astrological transits straight to your inbox every Monday. Additionally, I'll be going live today. Every Sunday I go live at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that is 3 Mountain, 4 Central, and 5 Eastern. So I'd love to see you guys there. If you can't catch it, I re-upload it to YouTube and my newsletter. I'll write all about it. But there is a new journey that is unfolding in your life that literally, guys, is pointing out every crack and crevice in your foundation that you've been working on. I heard like, it's not like some of the practices that you've been doing to build this foundation, I heard, are not OSHA approved, which if you're unfamiliar, that's like the like guidelines for like construction or like any like blue collar kind of work. If I'm wrong, guys, correct me in the comments. I'm totally okay with that. I love more knowledge. But there's like been some practices that you've been doing that's just like, that's not sustainable. Like you don't want to, like, instead of like actually digging out the foundation, you've only like, you know, done a little bit of excavation. You're like, okay, it's ready for the like pour the concrete. And it's like spirit's like, no, like there's more going on here. And it's kind of unique for each person. So like I feel like I'm talking to a collective of people that are at different points on this. Like I heard resurrection path, and it's like it's very interesting. Now I'm thinking of a Yeshua. I'm getting some interesting feeling on my crown, a little bit different than before. But the fear is coming up so strong. It's like when you take a step forward into like a deeper knowing, into trusting your heart, the fear is coming in so hard to really question, like, are you sure this is the path? Are you sure that you want to embark into love? And here's the thing is like, you've got, like, I just heard like the map from like Dora, like you've got a map that literally is showing you where to go. And it's like God-given knowledge, God-given right to move forward on your path. But there are parts of you that feel like they're not invited on the journey. And these are parts of you that have kept you protected. And if you're unfamiliar with internal family systems, it's a therapy modality that talks about the different pieces within your psyche of like different parts. And this is a protector part of you that's like, every time that you've opened your heart, you've gotten it hurt. And it's not only in this lifetime, but other lifetimes. That's like literally, it's like this, I've been seeing timelines kind of come together, like as if like threads of like braiding, like the point where the braid all comes together is like one little crossover section. That's where you're at right now. So there's other portions of your lives that are crossing over right now, and you're like collectively working with these different parts of your different timelines, different experiences, different lives that is like crossing over right now, that you're getting the opportunity to alchemize. And so these fears are coming up because all our fear and our protector parts are trying to do is to keep us safe. And so we get the opportunity to address these parts and say like, what is this about? What's underneath the surface? And that is what you're being asked to do right now with whatever's coming up. And it does really feel correlated to love. And I heard, like, when I said correlated, I thought of the movie Coraline, right? Where it's like this, like, I want things to be different, but then knowing like the dark spooky is not it, right? I had some really intense stuff happen last night regarding shadow parts, and yeah, and actually like allowing myself to be held in my fear and the fear that kept coming up. And it was so interesting. Apocalypse is at the bottom here, like, and the shadow. I heard like, oh my gosh, this is so wild. Yeah, with the box here too. It's like it's like you can, instead of integrating your shadow, you put it in a box and you're like, we're just gonna like move forward. And that shadow like raged and is like, no. And it's just a protector part that's literally like, do you not remember your childhood? Do you not remember what you've gone through? Like, I'm just trying to keep you safe. And the way we heal these modalities, the way we connect to these parts is we understand them. And then I like to ask, what role would, like, I give them specific tasks that they get to play in my life. So they're not left behind, but they're still a part of it. Like, protector parts are amazing when shit is hitting the fan, where it's like, oh, actually, this is time to remove myself. This is the time for me to wield my energetic sword. Like, yeah, it's time. But it's like you've not had enough discipline around this part. It's been like every bump in the night, every heartache, every perceived betrayal is like, I gotta cut it off. I gotta cut it off. I gotta cut it off. Like, nope, 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 not for me. But you don't even give things the chance to actually bloom and connect because you're in a different space. And so it's really this energy of you taking the hand of this part and being like, you're allowed to be here. You're allowed to be here. But like, we're gonna have deeper wisdom and deeper insight before we take action on things. We have agape. And it's like, there's like unconditional love permeating around you, from you and around you. Like, you really are calling in love at a different frequency that is like everything you've already known within here. You're just shedding those layers. Okay, we have the storm. And the vow is underneath that. It's like a different promise. Like, and see how they're like grasping hands, right? It's like I see this as like a deeper promise to yourself of like, I don't need to leave parts of me behind. We have the mountain, which always calls me to this book. Who knows, I might go into a second part depending on the length. This is a book about self-sabotage. Like, I feel like this is the vow you're making to yourself to stop this. The most common emotions that arise while you're breaking self-sabotaging behaviors. The first feeling you're likely to confront is resistance. This is that feeling of being stuck or your body feeling so tense it's almost hard, as though you're hitting a wall. When you feel resistance, you don't want to just push through it. In fact, doing so means that you're hitting the same wall that you're up against already. Instead, start asking the right questions. Why do I feel this way? What is this feeling trying to tell me about the action I'm trying to take? Is there something I need to learn here? What do I need to do to honor my needs right now? Then you have to reconnect with your inspiration and your vision for life. And that's what I feel like is the key here. Like, you see the whole foundation and the house built and you're like, no, this step is not actually going to be conducive because like I'm not going to be able to put like plumbing in. And that's like the space for your emotions to move through, water move through. When your motivation is the fact that you want to live a different and better existence, you're going to find a lot of resistance fades because you're being pushed by a vision that's greater than your fear. And that's why the fear is like coming in, right? You might run into other emotions such as anger, sadness, inadequacy. Those feelings come up. It's very important to make space for them. This means allow them to rise up in your body, observe them, watch where they make you feel tense or constrict, feel what they want you to feel. And there's nothing worse than the fear of feeling the emotion as the experience itself is ultimately just some physical tension around which we've crafted a story. Right. If you're angry about how your parents treated you, etc., to release those feelings, once you're aware of them, try writing yourself a letter. Write yourself something, your younger self, from a perspective of your future self. Write down a mantra, a manifesto. Remind yourself you love yourself too much to settle for less, okay? And that's like where this is relating to my message I posted yesterday, so you might want to listen to that, but I'm going to leave this here. My readings are open. I'll catch you guys on the live stream. Open